For the last few days, I have been completely hooked on Zenless Zone Zero. Believe me, this game is incredibly addictive. I've literally been playing it for hours and hours, and I've really enjoyed it so far. So I'm gonna give you an in-depth look at the exploration, characters, plot, and game experience, especially in comparison to other notable games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Zenless Zone Zero has received a lot of feedback from both content creators and the general public. Keep in mind, my opinion is based on the closed beta test, so if you're watching this in the future, things might be different from the global version. So what is Zenless Zone Zero? It's a new post-apocalyptic action-based RPG by HoYoverse, offering a fantastic gameplay experience, top-notch graphics, and cross-platform play, allowing you to enjoy the game on both mobile and PC from day one. In the game, you pummel enemies with combos and air juggle them until they pop. It's like Genshin Impact at twice the speed, meaning the action will be legendary. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world ravaged by supernatural anomalies known as hollows. The storyline starts when a few characters steal a strong box from a rival gang and fall into one of these hollows. The main character you play as is a proxy. You take control of the cute bangboo robotic creatures and guide the agents inside places called the hollows. Hollows are holes in the world filled with monsters. Normal people can't survive them, but proxies like Zenless Zone Zero's main character make a living leading squads into these danger zones to complete odd jobs. You browse an app full of requests, like a gig worker, and jack into a computer to remotely navigate your team through the hollows. Unlike traditional linear narratives, Zenless Zone Zero employs an episodic storytelling approach, focusing on different groups of agents in each chapter. This structure allows for deep character exploration and a varied narrative experience, which I think is awesome. Additionally, the stories are told in three ways: comic strips, cutscenes, or just dialogue in a stylish manner between characters. In Genshin Impact, you can't skip the plot, but here you can skip it, which is also a good feature. Graphics. Visually speaking, Zenless Zone Zero is a stunning achievement. The game features highly polished animations, and the cutscenes feel like HoYoverse dumped a ton of money into them. Every time a character talks, it's very clear what emotion they are expressing. The movement is fluid, and overall, it's an eye-candy experience whenever you get to witness a cutscene. Compared to Genshin Impact and other RPGs, Zenless Zone Zero nailed it. The same could also be said for combat animations. They are fast, fluid, and insanely gorgeous. I also have to give a shout out to the soundtrack. Genshin and Star Rail have some good beats, but Zenless Zone Zero has great sound effects and tracks. Talking about the characters, the designs in Zenless Zone Zero are quite remarkable. I mean, the character animations are just outstanding. When a character is walking around, you can see subtle little animations like the cloth moving and smooth movements that make them look great, which frankly is missing in Genshin Impact and other RPGs. In my opinion, every NPC in this game looks like their own individual character, and in many animes, they could even be the main character. Now, you know I'm a sucker for super immersive games, so I love that every character in Zenless Zone Zero looks unique and not like just a bunch of copy and paste characters, unlike Genshin Impact where many NPCs look the same. And you might be surprised to see me choose the female character. Usually I pick male MCs, but there are two big reasons I don't want to explain. Combat. The combat system in ZZZ is far more complex than Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Despite appearing as a simple hack and slash game, it offers a plethora of moves to master, making the gameplay engaging and dynamic. Some characters have unique special moves that can only be executed with specific methods. Compared to Genshin Impact, the combat is amazing. The fluidity, responsiveness, and ability to change characters seamlessly in between fights are awesome. For example, if there's an incoming attack, you can deflect it by switching characters, which is a pretty satisfying mechanic. So you can say, "Shut up and take my money," but FYI, Zenless Zone Zero will be free to play, so it's a win-win. In Genshin Impact, dodge has no effect, and you practically don't need to evade anything since shielders exist. Meanwhile, in ZZZ, performing a dodge/perfect dodge can be combined with an attack to create a counterattack, making it both satisfying and very useful. Additionally, there are 14 characters, or agents, each with different abilities, and you can upgrade skills like the dodge skill on a character. ACT Gameplay. The ACT gameplay involves defeating enemies and moving to the next area to defeat stronger enemies or maybe a boss. However, the action stages are not the main stage of gameplay. Most story missions are done in TV puzzle mode, where you move around finding coins and landing on certain spots that might trigger battles. These puzzles are creative, with varied objectives that can be quite enjoyable if you're into that sort of challenge. Personally, I find the TV mode fascinating, although it heavily depends on the specific mission. Additionally, there are rally commissions, which are more difficult commissions that challenge your exploration planning and combat efficacy. There are more combat stages, the enemies are tougher, and the dungeons are more complicated. Exploration. Zenless Zone Zero is not a fully open-world game, but offers a semi-open world filled with rich interactions and explorations. You, as the main character, and your sibling own a video rental store called Random Play, located on 6th Street, a place with many shops and characters you'll meet. You can eat some ramen for combat buffs, visit shops to buy weapons called W Engine, pull for artifacts called Drive Discs, and if that's not enough, 6th Street is just the first zone. Starting from Chapter 2 of the story, you unlock a new zone of Bellabog Industries construction site. And yes, you heard it right, Bellabog from Star Rail in this universe is a construction company. The majority of your time during exploration will be spent running around and talking to different people. They will have some sort of side mission available for you, and most of them are pretty funny. Unlike typical RPGs, the detailed day and night cycles, along with light and shadow changes, create an immersive world that feels truly alive. Event and Miscellaneous. The game offers Hollow Zero Mode, a roguelike experience similar to Star Rail's simulated universe. You start with one character from a party of 5 and recruit more characters while picking up various power-ups as you progress. The initial stages are relatively easy, but the difficulty ramps up as you unlock higher-level challenges, making it an exciting and rewarding experience. Zenless Zone Zero also allows players to choose the difficulty of battles, adding another layer of customization. Now, of course, we gotta talk about the bangboo. It's an adorable robotic creature which is available freely in the game. Every bangboo has a unique kit and attribute stats, and much like an agent, they can also be upgraded to further enhance your combat. Bangboos can do an insane amount of damage in combat at low attack frequencies, so they are very helpful on the battlefield. In addition, Zenless Zone Zero on PC runs smoothly with well-optimized performance, ensuring an immersive experience. Even during intense combat sequences, there is no frame drop. And I also like that there is no FPS limit cap compared to Genshin Impact, which is limited at 60 FPS. Conclusion. Okay guys, cards on the table, I just really enjoyed this game. Its style is modern anime theme mixed with old school 80s and 90s stuff like the video store CRT monitors and retro effects. The combat combined with the beautiful graphics creates an engaging and immersive experience. The soundtrack complements the visual appeal, enhancing the overall atmosphere of the game, and the English dub is superb. So yeah, it's safe to say that Zenless Zone Zero has potential at the very least. The combat and graphics are all excellent. And of course, the HoYoverse polish is undoubtedly there. All in all, I highly recommend you check it out. And the official release will be July 4th. Make sure to pre-register using the link in the description or my pinned comment to play Zenless Zone Zero on mobile or PC. As always, this has been Sam from Down to Top. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.